Hi everyone, my name is Pete, G0PNM, and I've been asked to do a short video as a presentation for the QSO Today Ham Expo. So welcome along to Begali Keys. Now many of you may recognise me from my review videos. I've done several videos for Begali Keys and you can find them by searching G0PNM on YouTube. Just after the First World War, Piero Begali's father started designing machine guns, and you can see some photographs on his website of some of the machine guns mounted on aeroplanes. Now, it was only natural that Piero would follow in his father's footsteps and go down a mechanical engineering and electronic engineering background. In 1940, his father had him working on lathes, and later on, under the watchful eye of I2RD and I2GMR, Piero completed his training in mechanical and electronic engineering. In 1964, Piero Begali attained the call sign I2RTF, a call sign to which he has to this day. So with Piero's engineering and electronic background, it was only natural that he would ply his skills to manufacturing some of the best keys that money can buy, being a dedicated CW operator. Piero Begali started the company in 1960, and whilst the company is known for their Morse keys, they also manufacture electromechanical items for knitting machines. An example of some of the other products that they make can be found on their website under About Us. The types of Morse keys that Begali manufacture can be broken down into four categories, and they are twin paddle or iambic keys, single or mono keys, straight keys, and mechanical keys or bug keys, sideswipers. They have many different types of twin paddle keys, and these can be found in the Sculpture range, the Simplex range, plus other iambic paddles. There are even some paddles that you can switch between twin paddle mode and single paddle mode, such as the Begali Leonessa or the Begali Sculpture Janus. Many of the twin paddle keys also have a single paddle variant, such as the Sculpture Mono or the Simplex Mono. And the main difference between single paddle and twin paddle models is that twin paddle models, when you squeeze the paddles together, they create a dida 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 dida, whereas a single paddle mono key, you don't have that option. Of course, another single paddle key that I haven't mentioned yet is the HST, which is a true single paddle key. In the straight key range, again, you have the Sculpture Arrow, which is along the lines of the Sculpture series. You have the Spark, the Blade, Camelback, and Postal key. In the bug or mechanical category, you have the Begali Intrepid, which is a bug key. They also have the Sculpture Galaxy, which was produced in a very low number, similar in design to the Intrepid, which is designed to complement the Sculpture range and is all stainless steel. They also have the Sculpture Swing, so for the cootie lovers out there, you won't be left out either. Of course, the HST has a switch on the top which enables you to transfer between single paddle mode and sideswiper mode. One of the questions we get asked all the time is springs or magnets. Springs work very well indeed, but can be affected by atmospheric conditions. As we know, metal contracts and expands depending on the temperature. So in temperature variations around the world, springs will behave very differently. Whereas with a magnet, you have a constant force. So my choice would be to use a magnetic key, but if you didn't want to spend the money on a magnetic key, there are the Simplex range, which is the standard sprung keys. Begali manufacture their keys with several different finishes, including gold, palladium, turtle finish, stainless steel, or in some cases a ceramic coating. You can also choose as an optional extra a set of aluminium paddles to go with your key, which will change the look and feel of the key itself. as an accessory to the Begali range, you can buy from me a cover to go over your key. The cover is made of 3mm acrylic, crystal clear, and is laser cut and made bespoke to your key. For more information on my covers, you can have a look at www.G0PNM.uk. So what we'll do now is we'll have a look at some of the keys in a 360-degree view, some with covers, some without, and after that we'll have a chat with Bruna. So we're joined by Bruna Begali. Good evening, Bruna. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
What about you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to do this promotional video for you for the QSO Today Ham Expo. And I hope I've done it justice. And I've just been thinking about some questions that we can ask you. So I'll kick off with the first one. When did you start working with your father?
I started working really when I was 18.
When you
So
were 18, so only a couple of years ago.
more or less, just a few decades. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I started when I was just a young girl.
Okay.
I was studying, of course, and during the evening and during the weekend, I just went to my father's factory for helping him designing, drawing, and trying to assemble something.
Yeah.
Of course, we didn't do any CW keys at that time because I'm speaking about 30 years ago. So
Yeah. Yeah.
you can imagine, of course, it was
Absolutely.
too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that at the age of about 18, your English was very limited. I mean, you speak fantastic English now, and everybody you speak to, we hear it all the time that, you're such a lovely person, your English is very good. But when you were 18, you probably didn't speak a great deal of English. So how did you manage in the company? How did you manage not being able to speak so much English?
Oh, well, I started working about 22 years ago, and at the beginning, of course, I didn't know any word of English, maybe what's your name or just the
Yeah.
minimum things, just to have just a very few conversation. And I started just working on CNC machine, on assembling the keys, and then I thought that maybe it would have been better if I attended a class during the evening after work, just because I love speaking with people. I love trying to help, of course, people to get the best without having to spend a lot.
Yeah.
So I love treating people exactly as I would love to treat myself. So
Yeah.
this is maybe the reason why I try to learn English. I should learn again, but of course the time is very few, so
Yeah.
I
No.
just try to do my best.
To be honest, I was really shocked when you told me just how many hours a day you work in the factory. I don't think many people could put in the hours that you do in a week and not look extremely tired at the end of it. But you work sort of 12 or 13 hours a day, don't you, in the factory?
Yeah, every day. Maybe on Saturday,
Yeah.
and of course Saturday half a day, and Sunday too. It
Yeah.
depends, of course, on how much work I have to do. Also because I don't take care about only the orders or the shipping or the engraving, but I take care about everything.
Yeah.
So about the supplier, the order of the material, the packaging,
Yeah.
and others. So.
Plus all the emails and the inquiries you get from all around the world from
Yeah.
people about the keys. Yeah. In the first part of the video, I touched on some of the history of the company. Do you still manufacture other items except the keys?
We still work for a company who produce a special machine for the gas and oxygen for a medical part. So we make, I don't know exactly the name,
Yeah.
the resuscitator,
Yeah.
and just the part where the gas and oxygen goes into and
Okay.
goes out. And
Okay.
they are very quality precision part. Of course, they don't need a lot of how can I say, a lot of difference on the measurement, because of course they have to be very precise.
Yeah. Okay.
And then of course we produce again some parts for the knitting machine and for Olivetti. I don't know if you know Olivetti.
Olivetti,
Uh,
yes. They
yeah.
make. I know them from typewriters.
Maybe not for that, but we still supply them some special scissor
Yep.
just for how can I say, print the ticket for the train, for the bus.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ticket machines. Sort of ticket machines. Oh, okay. Fine. But would you say that the Morse key side of the business is the larger part of the business?
Of course.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you have probably, I haven't counted them, but I would say probably 25 keys in the range. Which one is the most popular?
I just divide them in three parts, because the most popular for the beginner or for people who never tried a Begali, maybe try to look for a simplex. So I can say this simplex is the most popular one in this range of people.
Yeah.
Then we have the sculptor, which is and of course in another range of people and another range of price for sure. And then the spark, which is still appreciated from people who are a beginner, the beginner, or also old men who are just using all of type of keys, size super, dual paddle, mono, and they want just to come back, just to try again using the strike key.
Well, of course, the spark was the key that started it all for me, because as you know, my wife Angie bought me a spark for Christmas, and that was my first Begali key probably 8 years ago now, 7 or 8 years ago now, and it's just my collection has expanded a little bit since then. Okay.
But do you have enough space?
Sorry?
Do you have enough space for all the Begali?
I can always make more. You have various finishes that you advertise on the website, and one of the ones that I'm quite interested in is the Cerakote finish, which is a ceramic coating, isn't it? Which is applied by the company that do Beretta shotguns and things. But that coating is not advertised as being available on every key. If somebody came to you and said, I want a blue sculpture, is that something that you would be able to do? Obviously, the cost, there would be a cost implication because the finish is more expensive, but is that something that's possible?
Of course. We had some requests during Christmas and January, and we had a spark made with a blue finish.
Ooh.
Of course, it was completely different, but if a customer asks us, of course, has a different price, because it's a special finish, and also because if you ask the supplier to make a single piece, he has to manage, of course, the process in another way. So it is paid a little bit more, but we can do it. We also treat with the Northern Light color, which was very strange at the beginning, but then the look was completely wonderful, because it has 3 or 4 colors depending on the light.
Wow. I haven't seen that. I would love to see a picture. You'll have to send me a picture of that one.
Sure.
Yeah, because I know that there's a lady in the USA who has a pink Intrepid. Yeah. If we move on to the subject of cleaning, I know there's a lot of questions asked about which products we can use for cleaning the keys. And I've touched on it in some of my videos, cleaning the contacts and things, which is not where this question is going, but it's more about the key in general. Now, every key comes with a cleaning cloth, but what products would you recommend for the actual cleaning of the key?
Okay, usually we use a special gun oil, but of course there are 1 million of gun oils around the market. But we suggest to use CRC 336 because it's the most popular one, and you can find in Amazon or eBay in an aerosol, and you can use it very easy using the cleaning cloth we supply, and of course it costs not a lot. It should be close to 7-10 euros for a tank, so you can use it for a long time.
And does does it help to protect the key as well?
For sure, because it's a lubricant, and in the same time protect from the corrosion. Also for the stainless steel, of course, it doesn't take any corrosion during the time. But for preventing any things that maybe could happen. I don't know, the smoke or the dust.
Yeah.
So you can protect with it.
And can you use it on both keys like the sculpture and also the keys with the phosphatized iron bases like the Spark or the Camelback?
Sure, because usually the phosphatized base can have some a sort of fog around
Yeah.
after a long time without being cleaned, but it's not a damage, but it's just the material just which try to put outside the impurity of the material, but it's not a damage.
Yeah.
So you can remove completely this type of foggy or white dots using the gun.
Yeah, because the key that I rescued, the Camelback, which was very rusty, the base had gone quite grey, and I think this is the fogging that you're talking about. It loses the dark black colour and it goes like a grey colour, which can be brought back by using a mineral oil or something like the CTC 336, is it?
CRC 336.
336. Okay, super.
Which is the best one because, of course, there's so many oils which contain maybe some other detergents that could damage the base. So we highly recommend to use only this one.
Yes, and it's very important to emphasize the fact that it should only be used on the outer part of the key base and the bearing block, and it should not be used for cleaning the actual contacts themselves.
Of course.
Some people might try it, yeah. I know you don't have all the keys in stock all the time. Some of them are special order. Some of the more expensive keys like the Magnum you don't have all the time. What is the average shipping and delivery times for keys that you have in stock?
Okay, usually we take about 1 week, 10 days, depending on the order. We have some back orders maybe, so we take care about the back orders before, and then we go with the other.
Yeah.
But of course, if someone has some rush or he's in a hurry, of course we can take care about the order in another way, and we can send also keys by using standard shipping delivery, or on request also the expedited one. So keys could get there just half days in half days.
Notice.
Usually.
I know it's very quick, and people are often surprised when they order a key and it's obviously one that you've got in stock and it's shipped straight away, and 2 days later it's on their doorstep. I think the couriers that you use, FedEx is the one that springs to mind, is very efficient. And I know that when I've had keys delivered here, they've been very quickly. And when I email you to say that it's arrived, you're very shocked that it's arrived so quickly. So
exactly. But sometimes it depends on the location, because in some place maybe FedEx doesn't work rightly. So we can use DHL, UPS, or EMS for postal service. For example, to Australia or New Zealand or I don't know, Japan. Sometimes we prefer using EMS because also if it's not faster as FedEx is, but gives a better price. And so customer doesn't have to spend a fortune for shipping.
Okay.
So we try to give to all of one some shipping quotes, so everyone can decide how much they want to spend depending on the delivery time, and maybe if he knows if FedEx or DHL or the other works great or not in their place.
Yeah. Okay. I know you have a retail outlet in the UK, Radio World. They keep a stock of your keys, but I always recommend people come to you directly. Have you noticed since Brexit the number of orders from the UK decrease because of the uncertainty around the VAT thing?
But really, I have to say that we have some more orders from UK than before. Also, if they have to pay, you have to pay VAT, or if you don't want to pay VAT in advance, since we take care about all the custom clearance, you can pay the UK VAT in custom when you get your key.
Yeah.
So you can decide what exactly would you like to do. Of course, prepaying VAT and custom fees with us, you can save some time, of course, on the delivery because all the papers are cared before.
Yeah.
And you can save some money also for the custom because, of course, being using our account with FedEx or the other shipper, we can have also a few discounts on the custom fees. So anyway, we are getting more orders than in the past from UK. Also, of course, it costs a little bit more.
Oh, well, that's good. I thought that it would have been the other way because I know people are very uncertain about ordering. Certainly, they've mentioned it in the Facebook group. You know, how did you get on with the import duties and things like this? You know, but I've never had a problem with it, and it's good to hear that the orders are still flooding in from the UK.
Yeah, UK is a very good place where to sell keys. Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, we know quality. You see, we know quality when we see it.
Thank you. Also because we have a very good friends around the world, and they can not only speak about us in a good way, of course, because they are friends, it would be very easier for them.
Yeah.
But because they want exactly do what we do, and say the truth. Say the truth and not the false things just for selling one key more than the other.
Yeah. Yeah, and this comes across when we've spoken about this before this interview, that you're a very humble family, and you don't you say it like it is. You don't claim to be better than anybody else, and the reputation that you have purely comes from your customers and how pleased they are with the products that you make, and I certainly agree with them. And all the best engineering comes from Italy anyway. Well, that's all the questions that I wrote down, Bruna. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
I just want people who try the experience to order from us and of course get a Begali can exactly understand that we are just doing our work. And we, of course, are very pleased to serve every one of you. And we want to give you the best experience and the best human relationship, because after all, we are all friends.
Yes, absolutely. And I totally agree with you. It's one big family, the Begali family. Well, Bruna, thank you ever so much for taking the time to have a talk with me tonight. Obviously, this is being made a week before the Expo. I hope the Expo goes really well and you see lots of orders coming out of it. Yeah. And thank you very much, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your evening, and ciao to everyone.
Okay, take care now. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
For more information on Begali Keys, why not visit their website, www.i2rtf.com. And for information on covers, visit my website, www.g0pnm.uk.